on. Jesse, we're going live. That's us live. And Jehovah's Witnesses hell bent on destroying families during a child's birthday party. That's what we have to look forward to if you're a J-Dub. Now, if you guys been watching our videos, we did a couple videos. We had a big asshole. Big. And that was my older brother. Died, didn't let nobody know he's in his deathbed, sick, and he shuns not just me, my brother Jesse, but my Catholic sister who has nothing to do with this, shuns her and us till the day he dies. Plus, who knows how many other people he shunned till the day he dies in order to be a good J-Dub. And then Jesse, yesterday we do the video the day before in Spanish. 104-year-old Jehovah's Witness lady dies since the 40s. She's been preaching Armageddon and Paradise Earth is coming. And I thought my brother was king of the a-holes. And then this sister dies. And Jesse, I have to play this.
For I am Costanza, Lord of the Idiots. But suddenly a new contender has emerged.
Wow, a new contender. Who could the new Jehovah's Witness contender be? Give it up to my brother, Jehovah's birthday bitch. Wow. Talk to us, Jesse.
There's a new contender in town in the great spiritual side of assholeness, in the great world of spiritual world, in the great beyond. And it's my mother-in-law.
No.
Yeah, my mother-in-law.
Do tell.
Okay, so we left the organization.
Yeah.
So I've been married to her daughter 35 years.
Yeah, because I graduated high school in 89, and you were married like the year before, right? 88.
So we've been married 35 years.
Okay.
It hurts to say this. I think she's been married like 10 times, 10 different guys. Minimum.
Oh, no, not your wife, your mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Okay. Get that clear.
So my brother-in-law, he is the biological father of my daughter, my oldest daughter. And I raised her since infancy when he was indisposed, California Correctional State for 15 years. So he doesn't see the grandchildren, his daughter, nothing. He shows up the other day, and my grandkids tell my mother-in-law that we had a birthday party out at my house Saturday because my granddaughter turned 10 years old. So we had a big birthday party with the piñata. She wanted Hawaiian. Everything she wanted, we did. Nobody else in the family did nothing. We did it for her. So she calls my wife and is yelling at her because we're celebrating birthdays. And she goes, that's the one thing I did when I dedicated and baptized my life to Jehovah. I promised I would always love him. Now, this is how retarded these people are. All the sins that they've committed, we never hold them against her. I have a hard time just uttering the prison, the different, everything. But they look at the straw in our eye. We had a birthday party. So, of course, right now, I'm kind of upset. My wife told her off, told her, you know what? I'm not going back to Jehovah. Get it out of your head. You said that I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions. We had a birthday party. And where in the Bible does it say we can't have a birthday party? These are people who don't give one penny for their schooling. My wife does everything for the grandkids. Everything. For them, too.
The dance classes.
We do everything. And they tell us that we can't. These are Jehovah's Witnesses who don't give a penny in raising of their great-grandchildren or their grandchildren. And then they have the gall, like Seinfeld, you're all winners, to tell us that we can't have a birthday party?
Yeah.
It's a miracle my wife's head didn't explode. It's a miracle my wife's head didn't explode. It's a miracle she didn't go Tito Santana like the sarape that you're wearing and just grab my mother-in-law like this and just done a
Body
souffle,
slammer.
a body slam. But check
And
it out. We can't body slam my mother-in-law.
she's on the payroll.
No, it's worse. She has a fractured hand. It's fractured and she was out on field service,
Cart witnessing.
cart witnessing over here in Yuma, and they opened up in the worst stupid corner a gate, a big wooden gate, and it wasn't latched, and it fell on her, and it shattered her hand. She shattered her hand. She has to be 70 years old right now, and she shattered her hand into a million pieces. And so my wife is going over there checking on her every day. She lives a couple blocks across the street, down the street, and she busted her hand on field service. The person who owns the home, the property, hasn't even called her. My mother-in-law. So these people are real. We're not talking about the brightest bulbs in the world, on the planet. But that's not the point. The point is the birthday. Getting back to the birthday. Because I'm Jehovah's birthday bitch today.
That's right.
I think every once in a while, I know that most of the time, all the content on the channel, most of it comes from my brain. But every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, like the country song, you come out and just totally outdo yourself. Like in Dumb and Dumber. We're like Dumb and Dumber.
Today's your lucky day.
Today's your lucky day. When you wrote that book about the birthdays that Pete Lechuga inspired you to write.
Yeah.
I wasn't listening, and it hit me like a brick today. I said, oh my God. Why the hell have I not bought Gilbert's book? And send every Jehovah's Witness in alphabetical order a damn birthday card every birthday. I think every apostate, just to troll the Jehovah's Witnesses forever, should get your book and write down all the birthdays. Yeah. Gilbert, how come you haven't sold 1 million of those?
I don't know. I give them away, though, to a lot of people I meet. Yeah, man, that's a great idea. We should be sending birthdays to every Jehovah's Witness we know. Birthday cards. That's the Christian thing to do.
Here's your birthday, bitch.
Here's your birthday. Oh God, we gotta have. Here's your birthday, bitch.
Card. Signed
cards. Here's your birthday. Wow. Now that I can get behind.
Now the babies, Gilbert. The babies. Wow, it's so hot here.
Yeah, it's 114 degrees. Yeah,
114 in the shade.
Just in Phoenix yesterday, on the south side, those big old what are they called? Those dust storms, like these kind you see like in Saudi Arabia type.
Yes.
Another one hit Phoenix last night. Scary stuff. Yeah. So go ahead. So, but they didn't ruin the birthday, did they?
Well, no, they didn't ruin the birthday because this was afterwards. They went to we hadn't seen my brother-in-law in probably 5-6 years. He shows up all of a sudden because my daughter told him on the phone, texted him that, hey, your mom's hand is shattered. So he shows up, and they all go to Chuck E. Cheese. Haven't seen the family in years, and they go to Chuck E. Cheese, and they want my wife to go.
Yeah,
she can't go. We're real busy. And while they're at Chuck E. Cheese, one of the grandkids told her, "Grandma, why weren't you at the birthday party last night?" My younger grandson, he's 8, and my granddaughter's 10. So he goes, "Grandma, why weren't you at the birthday party?" She goes, "What birthday party? We had a birthday party at Grandma's house."
Yeah.
Now that's her great grandma.
Yeah,
my mother-in-law is my grandkid's great grandma. And she says, what birthday party? Yeah, we had a birthday party, a piñata, a slide, a jumper. Everybody was over and you guys weren't there. He wanted to know why his great grandmother wasn't over. And so he didn't ruin it for the kids. So when she found out, naturally she called my wife and let her have it.
Hey, imagine how it feels. You're a you're a little boy, you're a little girl, and you have a great grandma, and she's giving you and then she's causing this commotion. I mean, she doesn't want to be part of your birthday. What do you
But
think about that?
who it brings a lot of joy to the birthday. You know, I have a couple of 1-year-old grandkids, and I have a couple of 1-year-old grandkids. And when we did the birthday party, they're born like 1 month apart.
Yeah.
And when we do the birthday on my youngest granddaughter,
Mhm.
and we sang happy birthday, and we had a cake, and the lights were off, it was almost you should have seen her eyes.
Mhm.
She was like a baby will remember it the rest of your life. You know how you always say, "I'll remember this the rest of my life."
Yeah.
It was almost like magical to her. She was just looking at. She didn't know what was going on, and everybody singing happy birthday. She was in awe. And when we were doing that, I was thinking about all the Jehovah's Witnesses, how they say that you put too much importance on
Yeah.
who would think. I mean, you have to be demonic to
Yes.
come up with that concept that you give too much importance to the person you're celebrating the birthday.
Yeah.
To a baby, think about it, the most innocent creatures on earth, a baby, a 1-year-old baby, and she sees a birthday cake, and she sees her mom and dad, her grandma, her grandpa, and all her cousins, and she feels great. Only a Jehovah's Witness would think that that's a pagan ritual.
Well, Jesse, now it all makes sense. The babies are enemies of Jehovah. My God, who thinks of these things? You're
But
right.
yeah,
The Jehovah's Witnesses. Hey, just real side note, if you look at the comment there, that's the new Canadians Got Talent star. Well, you'll be seeing her pretty soon in Canada's Got Talent. But
uh, is it La XJW?
do you remember when we did the video with Rick Barron, the new system?
Yes,
We talked about how people already started making Paradise Earth. People are
right.
already entering the new system, and she sang the Roy Orbison, Linda Ronstadt, Blue by You. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's her. Yeah. So hey, just real quick, what do you think about my confessional? You know, like when people start doing the I want to testify, I can wear this as my,
Hey,
hold on. You want to testify? I want to, I gotta have my. It would be wrong to accept testimony without the gear, right? Yeah.
you could call yourself Holy Moly.
I can call myself Holy Moly. Hey Jesse, just real quick, what do you think? I just found it, and I wanted to show it to you. What do you think about Robert Kennedy running for president? You like
Short,
the idea?
short answer or long answer?
No, short, short.
I love it.
Okay, me too.
I want a world where the Democrats will put somebody up there worth voting for.
Yeah, remember that? Hey, I just
Do it
wanted to
again.
share that with you.
Do it
I
again.
found it, so I saved it. Yeah, yeah.
Do it again.
Oh, you
Let's
want
do
to
it
play it
for
again?
Bobby. Let's do it for
You
Bobby.
gonna do it for Bobby?
Do it for Bobby.
I want a world where the Democrats will put somebody up there worth voting for.
Oh, yeah, go Bobby. Bobby Kennedy. Okay, I wanted to show this to you guys real quick. You guys can share this on YouTube, on Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. Take a screenshot. You can crop off my email address. But do you see what it says right there? Jesus is washing the feet of the apostles, and he's giving them very important instruction. Jesus is directing the governing body of the time. And he says, shred your documents before Caesar enters the kingdom hall. That, my friends, is keeping it simple. Yeah. And we'll talk more about that in other videos later. But hey, did you like that? It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Hey, do you think that
Mhm.
there's any subliminal messages in some of that? Did you
I
inspect
can
that?
look.
Hmm.
I can look.
Okay. Because
I'm
you're
sure.
always
I'm
into
sure.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a demon in there somewhere.
Wow.
Or some naked
the artwork?
woman. Something. Yeah.
In the
If you
artwork.
turn it upside down, I'll do that later. But hey, this guy was my roommate when we were in Warwick protesting. Darth Guido. Darth, whenever you want to confess your sins, I'm ready. But yeah, hey Jesse, so just real quick, what do you the Jehovah's your grandchild is not a Jehovah's Witness. Did she was she does she know, was she hurt by her great grandma, or does she just put it out of sight, out of mind?
No, because they're born into not being a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
So we raised them when we left. She's 10, so we raised them we've been with them celebrating birthdays since she was 1. So when we left about 10 years ago, started celebrating birthday. We went out with a bang.
Yeah. Now,
if we left on the 4th of July, we set off fireworks. Mm-hmm.
So check this out. So I go in to your place of business, and your granddaughter's there. She knows who I am, right?
Correct.
She comes, gives me a hug and a kiss, everything. Our Jehovah's Witness sister, circuit overseer, the example, Annabelle Deanda in Yuma is the example. The perfect Jehovah's Witness. She goes into your place of business, and the little girl, and what does your granddaughter say?
Her niece. She says, "Wait a second. I know you. You're somebody important. You're somebody special. I know you."
And so she's scratching her head.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Think about that, guys. Your blood relative. Yeah.
Wait. In Yuma, there's people who have no blood relations.
Mm-hmm.
She's the aunt to all these people. They have no blood relation. No, but my niece met somebody at college in class, and she had a picture. She goes, "Oh, this is my aunt." She goes, "What? This is my aunt." And so Annabelle is everybody's aunt, but her niece here. And tell me that's not giving Jehovah a bad name. All over the community, Jehovah has a stinky name. I was on the radio today in the Talk of Yuma. I was talking to Russ Clark about Jehovah, how it's a cult.
What do you say?
Well, I mentioned that there's many cults. I go, when you can't question leadership, you're probably in a cult. Mm-hmm. And they took off on that.
Yeah. So when our sister, the model Jehovah's Witness circuit overseer's wife, has a whole bunch of little boys and girls calling her Aunt Annabelle, Auntie Annabelle. But when her real family, that are her aunts, right, the nephews and nieces, see her, they're like, "I know who you are. I've seen you before in pictures." Or the other one says, "Yeah, that's my aunt, but she doesn't talk to me." That is Jehovah's Witnesses hell-bent on destroying families via your birthday parties. Go ahead.
Now, here's you've heard the saying, a tale of two cities. In all fairness, there's two types of Jehovah's Witnesses. For example, Annabelle doesn't get involved in my life at all. Nothing. Mm-hmm. She respects it. She doesn't talk to me or anything, but she respects it. Like, if I celebrate the 4th of July, if I campaign for Trump, if I do anything, she won't say in it. She won't even acknowledge that. And that's good. But the inverse is true too. My mother-in-law's side of the family, they're saying we can't celebrate birthdays, getting involved, even though we left. What do they care if we celebrate birthdays? We left Jehovah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct. Hey Jesse, you see that comment right there? And Nadine goes, "Hi guys." What does that remind you of? I have the clip. I'm gonna use it for the next video. "Hi guys."
Who was that?
Dean Martin, remember? "Hi guys." Yeah. But anyways, we'll do that for the next one. "I testified that I elevated my hours in field service slips so not to be embarrassed that I only did like 2 hours for a month." Holy sh!
Okay.
Whoa. This is serious. Right now, there's only 2 elders talking to you. This might warrant a third. Oh.
Now, could we do a judicial committee with just 2 elders present?
No.
You could if it was an emergency.
This is what Darth Guido Joe did here is, Joe, whoa, what you did was sin against close to sin against Holy Spirit. Oh my God. Oh
But
God.
you were on, you sinned against it too because you lied on your field service report.
Yes, but I underreported in my field service hours because I wanted to make it fair for the rest of the members of the congregation. I didn't want the average to go that high, and then the circuit overseer says, "Hey, the average is really high," and then he would
Yeah,
fault the brothers. So
that was
I purposely lowered my hours.
pretty
Yes,
good thinking.
yes, that's what I did. Wait, no blood, aren't we all from Adam and Eve? No, some are from Adam and Steve. But that's a different show that we will have with Apostle Babe Linda James Saturday night.
Now,
If you're
here's a question. Here's a question. Okay, let's get back to birthdays because this is a birthday issue.
let's get back to birthdays.
Let's say you start sending to Jehovah's Witness elders a birthday greeting card.
That's a great idea.
Hold on. Could they call the police on you?
No, but they will if you knock on their door. But yeah, what do you guys think about that idea of sending all of the elders and all of the Jehovah's Witnesses birthday cards?
I
And
know,
then
but
say,
could that be harassment or religious
no,
discrimination?
no.
Could
I
we
used to
start
send.
a bus- Could we
I
start
used
a
to
business?
Mhm.
Apostate birthday services? Couldn't we do something like that, Gilbert? Apostate birthday services?
Apostate birthday services. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Now, dude, what a name. Captain Carrot Top. Love that name.
Beautiful.
What
name.
I used to do is I used to send these postcards, the Australian Royal Commission, and I used to send them to people's places of business. So like if you're a Jehovah's Witness and you were like a jerk elder, like Shannon Gunderman in Yuma, I would send it to all of the departments in the city of Yuma where he works at, or my brother-in-law who worked at the fire department. The fire department got a whole bunch of these. And then your neighbor, Mark Deanda, the electrician, I sent all of the electrical supply houses, all of the people that he bought electrical stuff from, I sent them this.
You did?
Yeah. Hell yeah, I shut them the hell up real quick. They ain't preaching anymore.
Did you send some to the county?
Yeah, I sent them to the county. I sent them. If a Jehovah's Witness elder worked at a city or a county, or he was a contractor, I send it to their suppliers. I send it to their offices.
Did you ever get any feedback?
Huh? Well, I did send one, and this, and it was the guy who lives at that house right next to the Kingdom Hall in Avenue D. Yeah. And it's really weird because in Yuma, there's this Kingdom Hall that's kind of like, those properties that don't belong, like it was zoned, and so you have this itty bitty house and right next to this big, huge church, Kingdom Hall. And I sent this guy this. He calls me up on the phone. I tell him the story. He's friends with the city overseer, Mark Deanda. And he shit a brick. And he was thanking me for sending me this. And he goes, I'm going to give this. And he started cussing in Spanish. He goes, I'm going to give this guy an earful. Because he has a bunch of kids in the home. So also Jeff Rosales, the elder that I was in my congregation, he was trying to kick me out of his house when I was talking to him. So I went in and I gave this to all of his neighbors. And some of his neighbors, Jesse, when I was there, no joke, 5, 6 Mexican kids playing in the front yard. And when I showed him this, I go, that guy right there is hiding. And that elder in the Spanish congregation that was caught when that girl confessed about being raped. So yeah, no, I've used this to the full.
Hey, I didn't tell you everything, but
okay.
Everybody in my mom's mother-in-law side of the family, my in-laws, all the Jehovah's Witnesses, guess who they blame for me and Lisa leaving and for me being apostate? Everything.
Me?
Yeah. So they still on that kick. They're so mad at you. They think that we're under your spell.
Oh,
so
I put a spell on you.
Yeah, something happened. But anyways, they think that and Lisa said, what? Gilbert has nothing to do with me leaving the organization. It's your governing body that you have, the men in charge. And she always uses that excuse. The Jehovah's Witnesses defend the governing body. They worship these men. And they always say, well, they're not perfect men. Then why the hell are you listening to them? I mean, they're a walking contradiction. They talk about their frailties and their incapabilities and their problems and their shortcomings, but yet they worship them. They follow them to the edges of hell.
Correct.
Yeah, makes no
Check
sense.
out just what Alan said. I sent your postcards to the governing body members and posted several times on Starbucks. Like this one, remember? I just sent that. I sent that to the whole congregation. But Jesse, no, Linda, this is in the very beginning, and everybody should go back and watch the very beginning. It's a great intro, but is Jesse's granddaughter. However, July is my brother's birthday month, which he will be having in a couple of days, weeks, or whatever. So happy birthday, Jesse. And I want to say happy birthday, Applebee's style. Happy birthday from Applebee's to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. So I remember going to Applebee's with some worldly friends at work, and then they would always tell the waitress that I was the birthday boy. But they loved me because I would go along with it. Even as a J-Dub, I would go along with it. You know,
Did you ever break dance? Did you ever?
No, I'm not a really good dancer. So I am under the Gigi spell too. That sounds something. But Jesse, so is there anything else, man? 26 minutes. I don't want to take up people's times. Oh, let's do it again because a lot of people are coming in late and they didn't see the beginning. So I said, and those of you that didn't watch it, the beginning, a couple of days ago, a week ago, we were saying that my brother, older brother Joe, who passed away without letting anybody know, is the biggest asshole Jehovah's Witness ever met. He could have told me, my brother Jesse, he could have told our Catholic sister in Mexico that has nothing to do with all this, but instead, he didn't even let my sister say goodbye. So I thought, okay, my brother Joe is the biggest a-hole Jehovah's Witness alive. But then yesterday and the day before, we did a video in English and Spanish. 104-year-old Jehovah's Witness dedicated all of her life preaching about paradise earth that never came. She raised the bar. And now?
For I am Costanza, Lord of the Idiots. But suddenly a new contender has emerged.
And who's the new contender? Well, that would be Jesse's mother-in-law, who goes and just destroys a perfectly beautiful birthday. Greetings from the Bahamas. Yes, I love the Bahamas. That's where I keep my money. And can you explain your name, GG? Well, I think it's pretty easy. GG for governing body. Yeah, that's right there. Yeah. So GG for GB. So anything else, Jesse?
Yeah. Let's recap this. I have
Let's
a
recap.
question. Okay, so, and this is a deep question. Because look, you always say, "Are we the baddies?"
Are we the baddies? I love that.
Okay, so the apostates, we're apostates, right? And Jehovah's are real holy. So it's us versus the apostate, the Jehovah's Witnesses versus the Jehovah's Witness X community, whatever. So who's righteous and who's unjust when it comes to birthdays and other stuff, and when it comes to deaths? For example, when you hear people in every walk of life who've lost a sibling or lost a family member and they talk about them, they say, God rest his soul, or so and so, peace be upon him. But here we are talking about our brother, and we say he's the world's biggest asshole. He just died.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that's proper? Are we being improper?
Are we the baddies?
This
I gotta
guy,
get that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are we the baddies? Because look, think about it. If our aunts or our family members were watching this, they would say, are you guys blaspheming? How come you talking about your brother who just passed away? But in a lot of ways, he was already dead. He never wanted to talk to us for years, for decades. And so when he was in hospice care, we find out he's in hospice care, and he doesn't even reach out to his younger brothers. And we're Mexican Americans. You don't do this in a Mexican American culture. You just don't do this. Maybe if you were like, I don't know, some other culture like Irish, but you don't do this if you're Mexican American. You at least pick up the phone and say, hey, you know what? I love you. Want to talk one last time? So we know he hated us. Him and his wife, Heather, hated us, which is okay. So he was dead to us a long time ago. So what I'm saying is, are we the baddies in saying that our brother was a a-hole? What do you think?
No, 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 no. You know what it is, Jesse? Um, we're just sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So I'm sick and tired of being really nice. It doesn't get you anywhere, you know.
So they do a video of our brother for a funeral that we weren't even invited, weren't even told where it was at. From the 1960s all the way to today, pictures of his family, and we're in it, everything. As babies, all through life. And it's a real beautiful montage. But you said, no, he was not a good person. This video tries to sweep everything under the rug. And that's what we're saying about the Jehovah's Witnesses. Everybody's saying that they're nice people. They're not nice people. We don't owe them a goddamn thing. We don't owe them an explanation. We don't owe them nothing. Not even a hello. Remember the Pink Floyd song said, you're not even worth a quick grin? Not even worth a quick grin. Man, that's what the Jehovah's Witnesses are to us. And vice versa.
Yeah.
So the hate is deep. The hate is deep. Now, they could say, you know what? You guys left. They always spin it. You guys left. But here comes another point. Check this out. Mm-hmm. My brother Joe cursed me in my kitchen. And he told me, you're gonna die. Because I spoke against the governing body when we were both elders at the time. He yelled at me in front of all my children, in front of my wife, in my kitchen, and stormed off to be with the circuit overseer for dinner. He poisoned his body. And I just have a theory. These brothers that are shunning the Jehovah's Witness, this is another dimension of the shunning. I really think that there's suicide in the Jehovah's Witness community, yes. But I don't think nobody ever talks about the poison that they incur upon their body. Like my brother Joe, after he cursed me, his body decayed.
Yeah.
He hated me so much, and he spelled out his hate so much that he went into a diabetic type decay. And he's real young. He's 59. He started decaying about 10, 11, 12, 13 years ago. Yeah. So he was in his late 40s, I think, or early 50s. Or
check this out. No, you're right. Do JW suicides get a funeral? It depends if they're related to an elder. If they were related to an elder, they get one. If they were marked, doesn't matter. If they they'll get a private one. I've seen that a lot of times. Jehovah's Witness family member who is just fellowship, left, whatever. They'll have two funerals, one for the public and one for the private. But all the cases, like the Nossimans, remember the Nossimans? Yeah, it's all private. Yeah, the elders will get one. You're a publisher, you ain't getting shit. That's just the flat out truth. You ain't getting shit. You're an elder, your son will get one private, though. Always private. Jesse.
Now this is a good point. Mm-hmm. One of the comments says he was still your brother.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Look, I told my brother I love him. I told him that. I always loved my brother. I named my son after my brother. I took care of his father until the day he died. I dedicated my life to taking care of his father. You know, so I love my brother, my big brother Joe, your big brother. And I told him. He never told me. He always beat the shit out of me. And
Mhm.
then he gets sick, doesn't even call. So
Mhm.
I let go. There's no love.
Yeah.
I had no tears. So my question is he really my brother, or did he really break off that relationship?
No, yes, he is, and he's going to be your brother till the day you die. The difference, and I'm going to answer that question. He's still your brother. No, yeah, he's still my brother, and that's why I talk this way. Yeah, he's my brother, and that's why I fight him. Because damn it, if you don't fight, and you don't punch your brother, and you don't kick his ass, the world is going to take him. What do you do when you live in a drug infested city? One of the brothers has to man up and say no, and he has to beat his little brother up or his big brother up. Says no, this is wrong. We're not going to join that group. So we're not Pollyannas. We don't stick our head in the sands, and we don't kiss each other and treat each other nicely. Hi, brother. Hi, brother. Hi, brother. Bullshit. This is an ugly world, and the world is like our grandfather said, is what we're the half. Half the world is trying to screw you, and the other half is trying to avoid the first half. Well, damn it, you got to slap your older brother in the head and say, Joe, what the hell are you doing? You don't go down with the other half of the world. The other half of the world is going to take advantage of you. And this is the problem we have, especially with like religions. Everyone thinks that we need to be nice. No, we don't need to be nice. There's a time and a place for it. There was a time when Jesus was nice, and there was a time when he was overturning tables. There's a time and a place. Of course, Joe's my brother. Joe's my brother till the day he dies. And in the afterlife, if I have to kick his ass, I'll kick his ass. And I'll talk to him this way. But damn it, enough is enough. This is how my dad would talk.
You know, Roy Orbison has a song, and he says, "In dreams, I've walked with you." He goes, "In dreams, I've walked with you, in beautiful dreams." And I really believe that. I really believe it with my whole heart. What I have seen since I left Jehovah's organization, I begin to live. I feel that I was born again when I left Jehovah. I'm not saying like a born again Christian. It's just a new life. And that song that Roy Orbison said he sings, he says, "In dreams I've walked with you." In my dreams, Gilbert, I
Yeah,
smelled mom.
yeah.
In dreams, I've smelled my dad. You know, one time I was smelling my dad, I was holding him. I could smell it. It was so real. And the reason I bring up the smell is because it's like a sense. You don't normally associate smell with dreams. But I remember every human has a distinct odor, an aroma. And when I was a baby, I would hug my father, and I was so familiar with his scent, you know, like Al Pacino's scent of a woman. And so I knew I was with my dad when I smelled him, and I was touching his hand. And when I smelled him, I told him, "Dad, I can smell you." And he goes, "It's time for you to go back." And then I woke up.
Mhm.
So I really believe, I don't know what that means. It could be the brain, and somebody, a psychologist, can explain it to me how the brain works. And I'm okay for it. But that song meant something to me. In dreams, I walked with you. And I've been trying to dream of my brother Joe. But I go to sleep and I can't think of anything I had let go so many years ago.
Well, days on days, weeks or months before my dad died, remember he was having a dream and he had a nightmare, and that was the day that my brother Joe was in a hospital in Arkansas, and my dad woke up in the middle of the night yelling and
Now,
screaming, "The baby, the
these,
baby!"
these things do not happen
Mhm.
in Jehovah's organization. They don't believe in this. But, anyways, one night, my dad had full blown Alzheimer's and Parkinson's at the same time. We didn't know about the Parkinson's. And my daughter, we moved into my dad's house to take care of him. She gets up about 4 o'clock in the morning and she barges into our room and she goes, "Dad, Dad." Valerie gets up, goes, "Dad, Dad, wake up, wake up." Well, "What's the matter, mija?" And he goes, "Grandpa, Papa Luis is crying. He's crying. He's in his bed crying unconsolably." So I run out there to see what's going on. And he's sitting in his bed shaking. He has full blown Alzheimer's, you know. And I go, "Dad, what's going on, Dad?" And then he goes, the baby's dying. The baby's dying. The baby, the baby." I go, "Dad, there's no baby." Well, we had a baby. Our granddaughter was living, the one that had the 10th year birthday. She was living in the house, but it wasn't her. He was talking about some baby that's dying. And the only thing I could think of at the time was we lost our big sister when she was a baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was she having a dream? So, anyways, we all consoled him. We all sat with him. We drank coffee. We did everything, and we tucked him back into bed. And then my sister comes over real early in the morning, and she tells us that our big brother had almost died. He was in the hospital, and she got a call that he was in the hospital and he had almost died, but he's in intensive care. And he pulled through. And he was in Jonesboro, Arkansas, or Little Rock, and we're in Yuma, Arizona, thousands of miles away. Now, when we were Jehovah's Witnesses, my sister's a Jehovah's Witness who told us this story. I knew that there was energy that flowed through the states. My brother had a diabetic attack, some kind of infection that landed him, that he almost died. And my dad sensed it. She said she got the call the time my dad started crying.
Now, Jesse.
Now, no Jehovah's Witness would believe that story.
No. No. Jesse, can you tell this story right here? This one right here. Tell everybody that story.
13. Okay. The 13 plus 13 is my sister Annabelle was born March 13th, 1963. And my brother Joe was born March 13th, 1964. And my dad was born March 26th, 1939. So my dad, those were his favorite numbers. He always played numbers when we went to the dog tracks, when we went to the casino with him or anything when we were kids. Because my dad would take us gambling and my mom would take us to the Kingdom Hall. So we got to live the best of both worlds. You know, so our dad taught us how to gamble, but he always had certain numbers and he always played the birthdays. 13, 13. So to my dad, 13 was not an unlucky number. That was one of his favorite numbers.
This is how Jehovah's Witnesses destroy birthdays. Look at that. 13 plus 13 is 26. My dad would have a cake and half of it was pink and the other half was blue. And then the two siblings, Joe and Annabelle, would share the same birthday cake. So imagine the joy as you as a father, you were the father of two kids born exactly 1 year apart, and the sum of their birthdays equals yours. How could you not believe that somebody in the heavens and somebody in a past generation wasn't looking out for you? My dad believed these things. Like somebody's, my dad should have died many times in his here in the United States, but somebody was always with my dad, protecting him. So my dad had this, and this is, and what did Jehovah's Witnesses do? They steal things like that. There's a bunch of stories that parents have. Look at the story Leanne told us. There's all kinds of stories out there, but the common denominator is that Watchtower is always stealing everything that is wholesome and pure. Elaine is late. What do you think we should do with her? Nothing, because I think she's from Arizona, so we'll give her a pass. And
yeah.
So, yeah, okay. So that's about it. And just for those that are showing up right now, earlier we were talking about what do you think of. We're going to do a video on this on Robert Kennedy.
I want a world where the Democrats will put somebody up there worth voting for.
So the next video we'll talk about Robert Kennedy. Hey,
I'm just going to do a teaser. Two of the greatest Americans. This is happy times. Happy days are here again.
Okay. I love that song.
Because two of the best living Americans. Two of the most bravest, strongest Americans.
Yeah.
Who should be remembered throughout the ages. If America is a song, we have two verses. Bobby Kennedy Jr. and Donald J. Trump. So it's going to be I think it's going to be a great election.
It's going to be great. So guys, we got to wrap it up. And I just wanted to finish it off, because this is kind of like a church, right? Because we're 2 or 3 people gathered in Jesus' name. Mom's birthday is March 13th. Right on, Leanne. See that right there? So,
wow, pretty good.
Awesome.
Wow.
So, yeah. So we need to have. Yeah. So we need to have a song In church, a church song.
World, God's servants all rejoice. We praise Jehovah with a cheerful voice. Whatever comes our way, we fear no harm. We will get through. We have God's mighty arm. We won't give up, and no, we won't give in. Jehovah's on our side. This is a race with.
But that girl in the top left, she's pretty good looking though. You know, so even a clock is right 2 times a day. She must be from Spain or something.
The one with the white dress?
Nah, the one with the multicolor one. The rainbow.
What's up with the dude? What's up with the dude's suit?
Oh, I know, right in the middle, man. What a loser, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Race will win, will weather storms. Jehovah's strength will know of his right hand, of his mighty arm. Will never let go.
That's it, man. So we'll see you later, Jesse. I gotta go. We're gonna end this broadcast, okay? You guys can go ahead and go home now. Go home. Guys,